What up guys, Goes in here for AnimeUproar, and today we'll be looking at one of the manliest men in anime and what he can teach us about how to be a man. Of course, I'm referring to Escanor, the Lion Son of Pride himself. Keep in mind, there's a lot of different versions of masculinity out there, but with this series, I want to look at different epic role models from anime and highlight their best attributes, which we can learn from and use in order to improve our own lives. If you like the idea for this new series, definitely smash that like button to let me know. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is absolutely crucial. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you actually get notified when new videos drop. Keep in mind, there will be manga spoilers in this video. Now without further ado, let's jump into it. Escanor has had quite the astonishing impact on anime fans. In the history of anime characters, very few characters have managed to garner as much hype as Escanor. People love him, and the question is, how can you learn from his example so that you too can have a similar kind of impact on the people around you? Perhaps you can't become a jacked 10-foot tall golden giant shooting suns out of your hands during high noon, but that's not really what makes Escanor such a good male role model. It's his mindset and behavior, both of which you can start implementing in your own life starting today. First of all, there is Daytime's Escanor's insane level of confidence. Escanor is called the Son of Pride for a reason. He takes a lot of pride in himself, and some people may call him straight up arrogant. We've seen this kind of behavior in many famous and successful people like boxer Muhammad Ali, who once said, "I'm not the greatest, I'm the double greatest. Not only do I knock him out, I pick the round." Similarly, Kanye West is known for his cocky quotes, like when he said, "I just told you who I thought I was, a god. I just told you, that's who I think I am." End quote. Escanor has said comparable things. He said that kings compared to him are as common as grains of sand. He has said that he stands at the pinnacle of all races. What's important about this is Escanor is not just covering up his insecurities by pretending to be confident. He backs up his big talk. The energy radiating from Escanor's body alone literally turns the Vampire King Israf into grains of sand. Escanor says he stands at the pinnacle of all races, then he goes on to easily defeat some of the strongest members of some of the strongest clans, like Galand, Melascula, Esterosa, and eventually Assault Mode Meliodas. Obviously, I'm not suggesting you go around telling people you're a god and that you're better than everyone else around you. That probably wouldn't make you very popular with people, but Escanor teaches us that we should be confident and be able to back up our talk. You don't have to be the best fighter, but find something you are really passionate about, whether that's writing, YouTube, mathematics, gaming, or whatever else. Just find something you love and put work into it every day until you get to a point like Escanor where you have become confident in that area. Even Escanor doesn't excel in all areas, like in love for instance, but he does excel at fighting and people respect him for that. Once you start to excel in one area, especially in an area that's important to you, then you will naturally begin to be more confident. And almost everyone is attracted to confidence, as long as it's not delusional confidence covering up insecurity. So put in the work, grow your confidence, and reap the rewards. Another aspect to Escanor's character is bravery. We know that Escanor is brave because he fights even when it seems futile and when he's clearly outmatched. For instance, when a baby Indura got away from Bond's attack, it went on to attack Gilthunder and his friends. Despite the fact that Escanor without Sunshine is the weakest of the Holy Knights, with only a power level of 15, that's half the power level of Hawk, people, he still ends up stepping in to protect Gilthunder against the powerful Indura. He is ready to sacrifice his life for his friends and for the future generation. He is ready to face death with a smile before Mael comes in to save him. This moment is vital because it shows that Escanor wasn't simply fighting all those times because he always knew he would win. Even when fighting means he'll all but certainly lose his life, he is willing to do it. He is willing to die for his principles and ideals, for a cause greater than himself. It's not that Escanor isn't scared. We know that Nighttime Escanor is one of the most scared characters in the 7 Deadly Sins, but he is able to do the right thing in the face of all that fear, and that is exactly what makes him brave. It is only when we are scared that we can be brave. So remember, do the right thing and take action even in the face of fear. As you do that, your comfort zone will expand and you'll be able to do greater and greater things. And a key to being brave is not being selfish. Like Escanor, if you have ideals and a cause greater than yourself to think about, like your family, friends, community, or even the world, then it becomes much easier to act with courage. As many anime have taught us, having someone to protect makes you stronger. So be less selfish, do what scares you, and be ready to suffer, perhaps even die for your dreams. Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, once said that people who work on his manga have to be willing to die for One Piece. That is exactly the kind of attitude and level of dedication you want to bring into your own life. Next up, Escanor, the lion's son of pride, doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep. Escanor doesn't go around seeking approval with everyone he meets. Galand and Melascula say that Escanor doesn't stand a chance against them. Does this bother Escanor? Not at all. He is confident in his own abilities and he proves them wrong by beating them. He does the same when he fights Estarossa. Both Estarossa and Zeldris think the fight is over when Estarossa counters Escanor's physical attack and seemingly swallows up his son with darkness. Yet Escanor doesn't give up. He's quick enough to land a physical attack on Estarossa before he can counter it, and he's strong enough to completely overpower Estarossa's darkness. As Escanor mentions, no one else gets to decide whether he's done for. The one who gets to decide such things is Escanor himself. Similarly in life, you will have a lot of people telling you what you can and can't do, what your limitations are. When my brother and I started working on YouTube, people told us that we were wasting our time. They told us that we were never going to be able to make a living off of YouTube. But we didn't let the opinions of those people become our reality. We didn't let them impose their own limitations onto us. We stuck to it, and as of now, we've already been living off of YouTube for 2 years and counting. You'll have many such experiences in life. You'll have a dream or a goal and people will tell you that you can't accomplish it. But at the end of the day, a man decides such things for himself. As Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you're right. Then there's the fact that Escanor is extremely positive and doesn't complain. This is absolutely huge. Escanor has the power to practically reframe everything that happens into a positive. At one point during the fight with Estarossa, Estarossa uses full counter, and for the first time Escanor looks surprised at how much damage was dealt to him. Estarossa goes on to explain that any physical attack made against him, he can return many times over. Keep in mind, at this point it appears that Estarossa has turned the tide of the battle. He's figured out a way to significantly damage Escanor. A lesser man might have been worried, but not Escanor. Escanor turns the damage into a freaking compliment. He cheerily says, "I see. No wonder that hurt so badly, just as I'd expect from myself." He doesn't even lose his cool for a moment and goes on to find a way to defeat Estarossa. Something similar happens when Meliodas loses his memories and enters assault mode. Everyone is terrified by the powerful, out-of-control Demon Prince. When she sees him, Melascula says, "It's all over. This is the end for all of you 7 deadly sins and me as well." That is the Meliodas even we used to fear back when he had command of the 10 Commandments, his assault mode. Upon hearing this, Escanor calmly lets Merlin know to set up the perfect cube around him and Meliodas. Not only does Escanor step up to the seemingly impossible task of beating a god of demons, he is even in an extremely good mood because this is the perfect chance for him to prove just how much stronger he is than Meliodas. A huge, life-threatening obstacle presents itself, and Escanor reframes it as a great opportunity to test himself. We'll also have similar challenges in our lives, although they usually won't be life-threatening like Escanor's. Next time you come up against an obstacle, think of Escanor and reframe it as an opportunity to test yourself, gain experience, and become stronger. Next time you feel like complaining, think about how Escanor took 1,000 divine slashes from full power Meliodas and claimed it was but an itch, when he must have felt excruciating pain. Think about how even after the battle, Escanor remained cheery and claimed he would rough up Meliodas as many times as it takes, even though he was just one light punch away from passing out. Practice reframing every event into a positive one and stop complaining. You will instantly be on a path to a life filled with more happiness, success, and positive relationships. Another big thing that stood out to me about Escanor is how much he cares about his friends. It isn't easy to make a character as powerful and arrogant as Escanor so unanimously likable, but one of the ways Nakaba Suzuki pulls it off is by making him less self-centered and more focused on his friends. After Gother tried to make Escanor suffer by feeding his mind images of a Merlin who would never love him, Escanor transforms into his daytime form. Apparently, a mental image of Merlin, the woman he loves, can have a similar impact on him as the sun. However, Escanor does not act in the way you'd expect. He doesn't try to get even with Gother for his horrible behavior. Even as Gother is firing an attack at Escanor, Escanor fires an attack at Droll and Gloxinia for toying with Gother, who is Escanor's precious friend. Similarly, during the fight against the original demon, Escanor says that whether he has to give up his power of the sun or his very life, he doesn't mind, as long as it would mean that he could save Merlin and the captain. Escanor would literally give anything to protect his friends, since he appreciates them and what they did for him so much. When everyone else viewed him as a monster, they accepted him and praised him. Escanor is extremely grateful for getting to spend time with such amazing people, and he is willing to die to pay them back for their kindness. As I said before, Escanor couldn't care less about those people who hurt him or his friends. He doesn't give an F about what those people think. However, when it comes to people who have supported him and cared for him, he would do anything to help them. If you act like Escanor, if you are grateful for the people who have treated you kindly and you treat them even kinder in return, you will develop strong friendships that will make your life exponentially better. We human beings are social creatures. We need friendship to survive. All great things were done by a team of like-minded people like the 7 Deadly Sins. This YouTube channel is the same. We have a team of people working to put out as many videos as we do, and you, the you watching this video, are a part of that team as well. If you're lucky enough to find positive friends who support you rather than put you down, appreciate them, treat them well, and you will be rewarded many times over. Learn from Escanor, never take good friends for granted. Now, make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video if you want to see a bonus point about what Escanor can teach us about manliness. But first, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy this type of video, definitely smash that like button to let me know, and leave the names of some of your favorite manly anime characters in the comments. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is absolutely crucial, make sure to hit that notification bell so you actually get notified when future videos come out. If you want to channel Escanor's manliness, you can check out our shirts like Escanor Praise the Sun and Escanor All Hail the One. You can purchase these and many more right now at AnimeUproar.com, link in the description. Make sure to follow my personal Instagram at Project Uproar for more self-development related content like this, which focuses on how you can get closer and closer to becoming the best version of yourself every day. A big thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help make videos like this one possible. I especially want to thank our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, and Angel Cruz, and are the 1 tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans, Baby Ray, A17 FFDP, Steven Ingrata, Alolan Autem, Matty Mac 239, Makoto Kun, and Keelan. And the patrons who transcend greatness itself, Reagan Harrison and Lord Nuxanor, the chosen few who have been acknowledged by Lord Twigo himself. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these epic people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. And now for the bonus point, embrace what you love, no matter what others may think about it. You may not expect it at first, but Escanor loves poetry. This applies to his daytime form as well. Before Merlin uses the spell Blackout Arrow on Escanor in the bonus Vampires of Edinburgh manga, he is about to tell her that he made a poem for her. His daily routine usually consists of napping and writing poetry. Some people may think that's lame, but Escanor doesn't care. He writes poetry because it is a passion of his. Similarly, some people think that anime is lame or for kids, and I don't care because I love it. Being a man means being unapologetic about what you love, even if people might not think it's cool. And if, on the off chance, someone would actually insult you or ignore you because of something you love, then good riddance to those people. Not everyone's going to like you, and you're not going to like everyone. Live by the words of Dr. Seuss. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. That's all for this one. Until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.